Hi, today we're going to talk about green smoothies. Now, you've probably heard everybody talk about the health benefits of eating things like kale, spinach, collard greens, and mustard greens, but you've never been brave enough to blend them up in a blender yourself. So today we're going to talk about how to do that, how to make it taste good. The first thing that I like to do is add a sweet fruit like a banana. The best thing you can do with bananas that are starting to go bad is to freeze them in individual plastic baggies. Even cut them in half or cut them into chunks, and that way you'll have them ready for your smoothie. So we're going to put this banana in here, and we'll just put stuff in here as we go. So half a banana, and if you're counting calories, you can always measure all of this stuff. I'm kind of have the same thing that I eat all the time, so I kind of know how much this is worth as we go. Then I have some raspberries that I actually got that were super deal because they were getting bad, so I took them and froze them on a plate so that they kind of individually quick froze and put them in this bag here. So a banana, some raspberries. We'll pour about half of those in there because they're kind of tart. Blueberries. I buy the biggest bag of blueberries that I can find at Walmart. It's about $11 for this giant bag, but there is about 20 half-cup servings in here. So I use a half a cup of blueberries. Blueberries are high in fiber and antioxidants, and they're going to make this taste good. So half a cup of blueberries. The next thing we're going to add is milled flaxseed. Now make sure that when you buy flaxseed, it's not the little seeds, because your body can't process those and digest them, so they're just going to move on through. So you want to buy milled flaxseed. It looks like a powder, and I'll show you what this looks like. It sort of looks like a powder. So you want to buy milled flaxseed. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of milled flaxseed. That's going to give us some fat content, which is going to keep us full. And of course, a little bit of protein and some fiber. Milled flaxseed's good stuff. Okay, now I'm going to put some water in here, about a cup of water. I just add it to the blender. And then the part that you've all been waiting for, the kale. I buy this at Walmart. It's pre-cleaned and pre-cut, and you just reach your hand in the bag and put it in the blender. If you want to buy bunches of kale, look for kale that's not limp and wiggy. Look for kale that is really crisp. And you can take the big stems out of it and cut it up and use it in the blender. It's about $1 a bunch. This whole big bag here was $2.39 at Walmart. So fill your blender up to the top with the kale. So we have our frozen fruits on the bottom, which is very important because the blender needs to blend up those frozen fruits. We have the water in there and then the kale on top. Now my favorite part of this is the honey. You have to have something to sweeten the kale up. My husband can drink smoothies with broccoli and carrots and kale and all sorts of things in there without any sweetness, but I need the sweetness. So I use a tablespoon of honey, which is about 60 calories. But it's 60 calories well worth it if you ask me. A good thing that you can do before you measure out your honey is to spray the measuring spoon with some nonstick cooking spray, or even put just a little dollop of olive oil on there, and that'll keep the honey from sticking. Clearly I did not think of that before I did this. Okay, so we have everything in there except for the coconut oil. I've been eating a lot of coconut oil lately. It is 130 calories a tablespoon because it is a fat, but fat keeps you full. You need fat. Your brain needs fat. Your body needs fat. So we're going to add a little bit of fat to this, but I'm going to add it to the blender as it's blending. So I will spare you the blending process. Let me just show you what this looks like in the blender. Of our frozen fruits down here and our water, and then all of the kale up here. And I put the honey on top of the kale. Something mental for me. I think it makes the kale taste better if I put the honey on top of the kale. So I'm going to blend this up. and put in the coconut oil while it's blending, because the coconut oil, I've had to melt. Coconut oil is solid at room temperature. As you can see, it's white. And I put a tablespoon of it in here, and I've melted it. So we'll be right back after it's all blended up. Okay, we have it all blended up. And when you use kale, it seems like you have to blend it forever to get it to all incorporate. So keep blending until it looks like this. You'll have to add some more water because we only had a cup of water in there. But this is gonna taste pretty good. Looks pretty bad, tastes pretty good. Now remember, the food that you eat isn't just to taste good. The food that you eat is to make your body healthy. So if we can get something that's really healthy for you to taste pretty good, then we've done our job. So I hope you learned a little bit about how to make a green smoothie. I hope you're not afraid to try it now. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I'll answer. Thanks, and have a great weekend.